the Makarious luxury place. A project redefining the face of luxury real estate in Nigeria.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Ownahome.ng TV show. Today I want to do an honest review, a breakdown of the Makarious estate by Pastor Mathew Ashimolowo. Outside of all of the buzz, outside of all of the dramatic music, cinematic drone videography. And so let's get into it. Unfiltered review of the Makarious estate in Ibejuleki.
I think it will be number one in Nigeria and Africa. I'm telling you the full truth. You cannot find it anywhere in Nigeria.
Sure.
You cannot find it anywhere in any place in West Africa.
Correct. Construction and development, the Makarious luxury place is set to become an icon.
Now, when the estate launched last year, the reason why I was a bit hesitant to market it, somebody actually reached out to me recently and said, you talk so much about Pastor Mathew Ashimolowo, but you actually have not talked about the Makarious estate. And true to what she said, I have actually not spoken about it. And she just encouraged me to actually just talk about it. And the major thing for me when it first launched was that I was just tired of the whole intense, Brobdingnagian, massive marketing hype. Last year, there was a whole lot of hype around products. Uche Africa came and said they were the biggest resorts in Africa. Tiwa Garden Estate, biggest entertainment center. Like, all of these developers were just starting to sound like broken records. And I mean, I knew, like, obviously it was gonna be a good estate, but I heard the largest water park, and I was so tired of all this 3D, what have you, on how it's going to look like. And so I just thought it was one of those, and I didn't really push further to find out more about the estate and find out more about marketing it and all of that. But my assistant kept, reaching out to their people, and I actually have it listed on my website. But I've actually not talked about it on YouTube, and that was my first issue. So I just thought it was just another massive white elephant type of project. There's nothing they did not say is going to be in Makarious. So even a promenade, and then it reminded me of Eco Atlantic. Eco Atlantic said they're going to have a promenade. Where's the promenade? And so I chilled for a bit. But maybe that was not such a good decision, because at the moment now, there's so much a massive improvement and development. Obviously, the water should have been up by now, but it's not yet up, but there's massive improvement. It's a difference. Most of the developers that say they were going to do stuff, they have not started doing anything. I'll say apart from probably to know that started doing inner roads, but most people have just like locked up shop. But Makarious is the one that they are building, construction, they are doing inner roads, they've started the terraces, they've started the villas, and they've started even this water park, what have you, which is actually, I think, one of the main attractions. It has a very clean title, and I looked at it recently. I said, okay, this is really impressive. And so, apart from the water park as well, the plans for the malls, the offices, and everything, those are good and laudable ideas. And I said, okay, let's dive deeper. Let's go into the intricacies, because I think that this part of this, side of this world, politicians and developers and what have you, they like to use all this high-sounding, highfalutin, white elephant type of stuff to just blind people's eyes, and people like those sort of things. So I said, okay, let me actually go into this company, Oasis, the German company that is going to do this water park in Makarious. And I checked them out, and I saw that they've actually been existing for over 20 years. If you go back 20 years, they've been posting on their YouTube. They've done stuff in Dallas. They've done stuff in all over the world, like literally Bahrain, all over the world. But I picked some of the projects that they have done that kind of it's similar to what they want to do here, because they're not just doing the water fountain, they are doing the display, the water display, and they are also doing screens, LED screens. So it's both displaying on the screen and also displaying on the water, and also the music that is going to be interacting with the movement of the water and the music. And I saw they've done stuff in China, different places in China, Beijing, Jinan, I hope I got that right. They've also done stuff in Singapore. They've done stuff in Saudi Arabia. They've done stuff in Bucharest, Romania. And it was also very, very impressive, because if this is the company that is going to be handling this aspect of the development, this aspect of the most important facet and the most important item that drew investors and that would actually draw progress to that estate, then I think it's very, very laudable. And the development that I felt like mirrors it to the greater extent is their developments in Turkey. They have both at Istanbul and Antalya. I hope I got that right. So those two places, in fact, the one that is in Istanbul is just, so you have the water works, the water fountain, and then they built malls. There's actually a public mall around the place. And this, first of all, is a public attraction that is drawing people. So people come to the place because there's this wonderful thing. And Lagosians want to be at the newest sort of spot where things are happening. And I predict that once that place goes fully on stream, you see even the big chain malls. I mean, ShopRite has left, so ShopRite is no longer in Nigeria. It's a franchise, but those bigger Lekki Palms, the Ikeja malls of this world, people like that, they would want to either get commercial spaces there, and retailers also will want to get commercial space there, because lots of people are going to come there. Lots of people will be drawn to that. So, people, you want to chill with your babe, you want to chill with your significant other, and bear in mind that the fact that the airport is going to be very close there. It has a clean title, and, Pastor Matthew's first development here in this scale, because he has been doing lots of stuff in Nigeria already. But I think with the quality of work, much is to be said about the fact that all of the guys that are involved are white guys. I mean, people can't do these things, but that's a conversation for another day. But it seems like he's bringing the best minds. It seems like he's bringing the best sort of technical expertise. And like I was speaking to the lady that told me, talk about Makarious, she told me that lots of people in the diaspora, it is a good selling point for them. And if you're also in the diaspora and you've not gotten something, I think it is a good selling point, because they've increased their prices actually between last year and this year from 50-something million to actually 80-something million for the 500 square meters. And when the water goes up, they're going to increase their prices again. And personally, I feel like of all of the major estates that launched last year, of all of the major, even in the past 3 years, in that axis, the Bejileki and Ekpe axis, I think he's the one that is delivering the most. And obviously, you have to reflect that in the pricing. And in as much as people have complained that, okay, they've shifted the waterworks, the water quite a couple of times, and they've cited economic, technical, and other issues beyond their control, because obviously construction, you cannot really tell. But the truth of the matter is that if that goes up, if that water goes up, then another price review. And I believe that there are still plots, there are still houses, there are still terraces, villas that are available. So yeah, you can reach out to me if you want more information and if you want to cop a unit or two. So that's my unbiased review of Makarious Estate Ibejileki by Pastor Mathew Ashimolowo. And I think he even has a new estate somewhere around the Eleko axis now. But this is where all eyes are on. And if you want to buy the stock before it actually increases again, then that would be a good time to make that move. So thank you so very much for watching. I hope you got value from this video. This is the Ownahome.ng TV show. Here at Ownahome, we believe that owning a home, owning a property should not make you lose sleep. So we're committed to giving you the very best property recommendations and insider real estate. Thank you so much for watching. Can you like, can you share, can you subscribe? And I'll see you at the very next video. Bye-bye.